Well, isn't that always the way? You take 2 weeks off, and then when you return, everything buggers up. I was going to be looking at this. It's a Toy Story plug-and-play device. One of those ones that comes with just the AV jack and no optional battery eliminator to eliminate the batteries. Now, as you can see, it looks rather well made, and this isn't a cheap knockoff. And I was going to look at this until I realised that the dunce of the week decided to be in charge of the batteries. As we can see, these 3 terminals here are fine. This 4th terminal, on the other hand, well, there's no negative, is there? 2 positives, no negative. Battery just slides about there. No circuit is made, so this doesn't get power, and I get rather pissed off at the fact that I put money on this for a review that won't happen now. Humph. But don't panic. I am a professional, and I have a plan B. I just really wish that it wasn't this. Yes, this is Universal Studios Theme Park Adventure. As we can see on the cover, we've got Back to the Future's DeLorean, we've got Jurassic Park's T-Rex, and we've got E.T.'s E.T. all around the Universal Studios. Looks rather promising. I paid about $15 for this at a local game shop on the Gold Coast about 4 years ago, so maybe I should have read the back before I did though, because I think that gives a decent bad omen. It's a VIP ticket to Theme Park Adventure. You can tell that the quality reassurance people were not there. What have we got here? We've got Woody Woodpecker in front of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, whose mouth seems to be filled with some sort of cheese. We've got the studio gates, and then we've got another few bad screenshots there. Well, let's not talk about the case, because it's just a case. Let's plug this into the Gamecube and see what happens.
The game opens with a stern warning that the real-life Universal Studios is nothing like the game. I get the feeling that the Universal lawyers forced Kemco to display this warning at the beginning of the game, and for good reason. To start the game, you give yourself a name, then you select one of the multicultural pals to run about the park with. They are mostly the sort of background characters you would encounter in an old episode of the Magic School Bus. None of the characters actually give you any sort of advantage or disadvantage in the game, however.
Welcome to Universal Studios. I'm Woody Woodpecker. I'll be your guide today.
When the game finally starts, Woody Woodpecker shrieks in your ear about the competition the theme park is running that day. Win at the attractions to claim a prize. I've not finished this game before, so I do not know what that prize is, and I am quite sceptical the prize is worth playing the game for in the first place. Now the game itself begins. You will notice the theme park is pre-rendered a la Resident Evil, and to Kemco's credit, the character's movement feels a fair bit nicer than that of Jill Valentine's. That's where the good points stop though, as you discover that there is no planned path in this game. Several screens in, and a random person informs you that some prink at the front gates is handing out maps. And by front I don't mean here, or here, but here. This guy. Why isn't he easily identifiable, like the guy that will rustle your controller for you? Not that it matters though, as the map is as useless as an asshole on a broom. Which brings me to my next point. There is no layout in this game. It breaks the golden rule of pre-rendered games by having a character leave screen right to appear screen right in the very next frame, leading you flipping between the 2 screens like some sort of maniac. The game will also place you in a mob of people, making it very hard to spot your character. If you manage to clear the attractions, or let Frankenstein's monster fill you up, then you will be given some points. You can use these points to purchase hats that will let you go to the front of the line at other attractions if you are clinically insane and want to play them a second time. A fetch quest is hidden in this game, where you have to find the letters Universal Studios is made out of. Here's a hidden letter here, and one here, and you'll be awarded a stamp. You'll also be awarded points if you go around and pick up garbage. It's a rather sad state of affairs when going around picking up garbage is actually the most enjoyable part of a game. Right, now that's out of the way, let's talk about the meat of the game, the attractions. They're based off Universal properties such as Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, E.T., Waterworld, Jaws, Backdraft, as well as the Wild 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 West stunt show and a trivia quiz based off Universal properties. To kick off this review, let's have a look at Jurassic Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
That was nowhere near as elegant as Richard Attenborough's dulcet tones. So, the premise is you are with one of the park staff and she'll drive you around while you go hunt a safari on Hammond's Pets with a ray gun stolen off the set of Star Fox. You know, just like the films. There is a lot of dead time throughout this game where nothing happens and the aim seems off. Also, you drive a Brachiosaurus neck, which would be impossible, and you seem to fuck off halfway through the game for a period of about 30 seconds. Sadly, this probably is the best game of the package. E.T. Adventure is similar to a destitute version of Excitebike. The controls are hopeless and will send you in random directions no matter which way you push. Here is a montage of my character falling down after just one playthrough. Alrighty, who remembers Backdraft? No one? Yeah, thought so. To sum it up very quickly, it's a film about a building that's on fire. So that means you get to play the role of a fireman, running about the place saving people. The controls are similar to Code Veronica, but when the screen shifts camera, the D-pad controls also shift, meaning that you're running around as if you're drunk. Also, you seem to be saving people that probably should be left in the fire. Jaws is probably the worst of the games on this disc thanks to the slow controls of your chosen asshat. You throw barrels at Jaws and try and stop him from eating your boat. This character must have the most pathetic throw I have ever seen in any video game ever. It seems that Jaws also has no interest in eating your character, as you can just hang on the side of your boat, while Jaws decides to eat away your boat instead. Wild 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 West is quite dull. Shoot targets before the computer-controlled character. That's pretty much it. It might just pass off as a cheap game if it came with a light gun, but with a Gamecube controller it's pointless. Oh, it breaks my heart to see Back to the Future in this set. Oh, fuck off, Woody. Back to the Future has you chasing after Biff Tannen a la The Ride. While Woody has taken the Doc's role in a very poorly made city that clearly is not Hill Valley, I cannot figure out for the life of me if Biff Tannen is actually Philken Seven or Yamcha.
Are you okay?
After a lot of searching in this poorly laid out theme park, I came across Waterworld. Speaking to Woody gives you this ominous message, and then you are treated to the climaxing scene. And no, I'm not going to make a pornographic joke here. Anyway, let's have a look at this scene. That's it. Really. That's your lot. You can choose where to view the scene from in the stands. I suppose we'll have to look at all 5 of them at once. Finally, there is a movie trivia minigame. The questions range from the simple, like this, to some that the kids would never have a hope of getting. To make matters worse, you need to answer 10 questions correctly and only bugger up 3 times before losing. If you do manage to get through the challenge, you will unlock 2 minigames. Exactly what these minigames are, I do not know because I haven't got through the trivia yet. Also, Comic Sans.
Well, that was bloody awful. As I said at the beginning of the review, I paid about $15 for this, and I think that was $17 too many. It boggles the mind how they managed to take so many licenses and screw up spectacularly badly. I mean, it's unfathomable. I thought there'd be at least 1, maybe 2 hits that would have been worth my time, but no. It is all rotten and annoying, and the only saving feature is if you were to take the sleeve out of the pack, burn that, And you've got yourself a nice spare Gamecube case for putting a much nicer Gamecube game in, which there are plenty. So there you go. If you want to get this, you might just want to get the empty case instead. Far better value.